Blue carrier spotted. Blue team scored. Blue team gained the lead. Orange carrier spotted. Double kill. Reset.
Another trophy for the pile.
Yellow spot. Flag reset. Orange carrier spotted. Blue carrier spotted. Flag drop. Flag reset. Orange carrier spotted. Score. Blue carrier spotted. Blue team scored. Blue team gained the lead. Yellow carrier spotted. Flag reset. Blue carrier spotted. Flag reset. Red carrier spotted.
They're flying now.
Red score. Blue carrier spotted. Blue team scored. Yellow carrier spotted. Flag drop. Yellow team scored. Blue carrier spotted. Flag dropped. Red carrier spotted. Flag dropped. Flag reset. Orange carrier spotted.
Gab to like kind of maintain that positive. Dude, I was staying at Ethan Klein's apartment, and all of a sudden, dude, we still boycotting YouTube tomorrow. We are shit. It's already the 13th, and I've been playing. Who cares? Oh, fun. So Destiny obviously is in current legal drama, which I don't care about. But also the stuff with Pixie earlier in the year. There's allegations with Cherry. There's a lot of stuff going on in Destiny Land. So I don't know why he's choosing to kind of jump into this. He put out the video kind of bashing Tina, and I don't understand the Tina bashing. I think that like when your ex announces that he was arrested for domestic violence and then elaborates after you guys said you're not going to talk about it. He's like Peter Griffin at Family Guy. Brad's like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Like cocking the shotgun. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to clutch it.
What's the name of the guy from Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Like, I gotta be honest with you. A lot of these Me Too YouTube allegations portray themselves as on the back foot because of like the power dynamic. But many of them are offense. You know, nobody knew about this. You're revealing this information. It is inherently offense or offensive when that is happening, right? That doesn't make them wrong. But this is like the most obvious defensive person or situation, at least the way it started, I've ever seen. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look at this. Obviously, Brad called the one person he thought would empathize with him on this one, somebody who's also going through a lot of shit right now. And I don't know why chat's not on screen anymore. I'm not really sure about that one. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's better. I had to move it up. Sorry.
Testing.
Hey, hello.
Oh, hi, what's up?
I love how his picture is just him, like, is that like a tube of paper towels that looks like a blunt? This guy's whole aesthetic is disgusting, degenerate, smelly stoner. And he's been like that for a while. Even when he claimed he wasn't smoking or like involved with his restaurants.
Yeah.
He's switching so bad. Dude, anyone who criticizes Ethan Klein's Tourette water specifically, because I figured that you'd be able to get this is insane. Dude, is Destiny like laughing because he realizes he's like the guy to go to if you're on the back foot in one of these allegations now?
Like, it's hard to say because like I know there's like there's a lot of people watching right now. But
Could you imagine if Brad, dude, obviously Nick is hungry. Fat Nick is angry and hungry right now, dude. Imagine if Brad was just like, he just starts grilling Destiny on the fucking Pixie stuff out of nowhere and just starts giggling and leaves. And I knew that wasn't gonna happen, but in the back of my mind, I was wondering, like, imagine if this guy's just kamikazing.
I really, I've heard like a lot of shit about you, and I want to have like a real conversation.
Wait, so he is going into this with like, hey, dude, you're having a lot of shit too. I'm having a lot of shit. Maybe we could. This is like when Carl Jobst called Billy Mitchell kindred spirits because they're both of their wives own their house.
And I feel like just like a few.
If I'm Destiny, I'm panicking right now. It's like, wait a minute, this guy sees something inside me. Oh no! Wait, why does this guy think that? Wait, whoa!
Things that make me
Yeah, like why am I getting "We're Not So Different," you and I, by this schizophrenic drug addict?
realize that like this is the place to be. One of them is the fact that Rose Malay was on here.
Oh no, dude, we needed to do a bingo sheet. Rose Malay mentioned in the first minute. I am so fucking here, dude.
One of them is the fact that Rose Malay was on here, and she felt comfortable. And honestly, her feeling comfortable in any situation where she's able to talk is.
So Rose Malay was like, you should go talk to Destiny because he's had his own allegations and maybe he can help you. And Brad was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I can do that. I guarantee that's what happened. I guarantee that's what happened. But Destiny made me feel safe, so he'll make you feel safe too. Rose Malay is like a demon.
Fascinating to me, and like I really like felt like that could be interesting. And
Okay, I thought we hated each other.
And again, they probably do. That's the best part in this, is that Brad literally will do anything to try to say the correct order of words to get his career back. Meaning he will literally talk to people that he fucking hates, and he will literally rim their assholes about it if it means the slight opportunity to get his fucking audience back so he can go listen to music for $400 an hour.
that could be interesting. And
Okay, I thought we hated each other. I feel like that Rose Malay person hates me, but I might be crazy. Maybe I'm mixing up.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I overshot. Rose Malay hates it. But again, I think that Rose Malay's plotting.
Online, but okay.
I guarantee though, Brad is the type of person. If he hated Ethan a year ago, he definitely didn't like Destiny. I guess he didn't hate Ethan because he wanted to befriend Ethan, but if he had those positions publicly, I guess you'd expect he would have done the same to Destiny. Is probably a better wording.
Rose definitely doesn't hate you.
Why are we talking about Rose?
I don't really know. Like I can't speak for her, but in general, she seemed to be pretty like favorable, towards you with all this stuff. Because like again, like you gave her.
Do you really want Rose on your team? If you're Brad, or if you're Destiny, do you really want to hear that you got the Rose Malay seal of approval?
Platform and a place to speak, and she very much like appreciated that and like an audience. So,
Okay.
But another thing is the fact that even like you told me like this is like what people are gonna think when you show up on the show. That like free assumption I'm realizing is kind of going to be very similar to what like my life is probably gonna feel like very soon.
Sure.
So
No, wait, what does that mean?
I thought that would also be really interesting. And then there's a third thing. Oh yeah, I feel like you're gonna let me talk. That was the part.
Sure thing, yeah.
So, but I mean, I'll just be honest. Like I don't know.
You know what? If Brad wants to come on the stream, I won't even say a word. If you want to just pop in here and talk to like a bunch of people, I would just sit here and platform you. All right. With the exception of starting to get into some defamation stuff on the show, I might have to cut you off there. But like, I'll just let you talk, dude.
Shit about you, but I just felt like I'm supposed to like just be here and be like, hi, what's going on?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I cover a lot of random stuff on the internet. Obviously, your stuff cropped up. I have no idea what you actually want to chat about or go over. What's the
Well, I kind of want to talk about everything that's going on because like I kind of had I just had like a horrific crash out.
When like an unending crash out for like 3 years? I'm like, that's not 3. It really is only a year. I can't do the craziest part is this is a 2024 drama. That's the part that I can't wrap my head around. This is a 2024 drama. It feels like we've been talking about this guy forever.
And like everything seemed like everything felt like it was crumbling and like my life was ending. And then like by the end of it, I'm realizing that I actually think that this is all like a good thing.
Ooh, I'm getting bad vibes here, and like we're entering territory that I don't like talking about on stream. I don't know. I hope Brad's doing well. Is he like on a what do they call that when they get really happy just before you get really sad? Is that what's happening right now? Because I don't know what he could possibly be happy about. That just gave me bad vibes.
Like that I'm realizing that I kind of was miserable doing what I did. And
What is
then,
he
like,
doing?
Oh, you're right. He's probably just got hydrated. That was the problem the whole time. He just wasn't hydrated. All right, guys. Crisis averted. Brad has had his. Dude, let's have some water, dude. Have some water. Euphoria. Yeah, I was wondering if it was like a Euphoria type thing.
Was it like mainly like YouTube music stuff, or what do you mean by that? What you're doing?
I would say specifically like streaming. Like I was doing streaming and I was bringing in like a lot of money, and I think that it like really like messed with my perception of things. And like yeah, I ended up like totally just like becoming really disillusioned and selfish. And yeah,
But like, are we gonna argue that Brad wasn't like that before, but just poor? I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, I'm sure the money can change you, man.
What's the name of the guy?
But you're still kind of those things. You don't have any money anymore.
Mr. Oreo.
I got good vibe, guys. I only was a half step away from beating my girlfriend.
I really like made this this woman's life hell, you know, during a lot of like the time, because you know she really just wanted to help me, and I constantly thought
I like how every video battles between my manipulative blackmailing ex to like, hey, so I really just wanted to like, you know, just kind of like be a good partner, and I didn't do it right, and she tried so hard to help me.
she was
And, like every video, we get a completely different characterization. It's like Tina's character was written by a different, like it's like Thor to Thor Ragnarok. They have a different person writing the character.
you know, she really just wanted to help me, and I constantly thought she was getting in the way of my success, and that like she's trying to hold me down, and like
Can I say something?
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a new team of writers every episode. Dude, Brad's series, but you don't understand. The part that you haven't figured out yet. It's an anthology series, okay? These episodes aren't overall canon. You're entering a new like universe every episode. That's why there are no like characters that go from like episode to episode.
Later, after like freaking out, I would be like crying, and you know, just like confused. And pretty much what happened is like I went to rehab for like 5 months after like we broke up.
Wait, real quick, just a timeline, so I guess I'm following up. You understand? The person you're talking about right now is your ex, the one that obviously you're publicly feuding with right now. And then you guys.
Well, he's publicly feuding with his ex and the entire like in Detroit. That's like the two. And if we had like the Brad enemy table, like they have the commentary community one, it would be Brad, but also fighting Tina and Detroit.
With her, I will say that like I yeah, like
Sure, not feuding with
this
the one who
is,
released the audio and everything.
yeah,
You said
exactly,
something.
yeah.
Okay. And then this was
Yeah,
what year are we
so-
talking here? Was
so we broke up last year around this time, and what happened is I ended up like making a video that was really awful, and like you know just like the things that I said about
It's so funny because you don't know which one, right? Which video was awful. I assume he means the first one, but like this could also be the third one.
her were just like truly horrendous, and I got like
It could be the episode, like the song.
you know like I didn't even realize how bad it was because like I convinced myself that she was trying to destroy me, you know, because like it's hard. Like she is someone who is
What's the name
Wait,
of the guy?
dude, someone in my chat is like, wait, Destiny's interviewing Brad? I just thought he like pulled up the video. No, these guys, Brad was like, hey, listen, Destiny, we're kindred spirits of this like allegation shit, dude. Let me come on your show. We can just talk about it together, like men.
she's like a real rare breed of a person like who actually genuinely just wants to do good in the world, and I feel like I destroyed that, and I keep like doing it over and over and over again. Like
How is Destiny gonna navigate out of this one? Because he kind of was talking a big game for Brad, and Brad just came on and immediately was like, I destroyed this girl. I ruined her. It was Like, I think that Destiny wasn't expecting him to just come on and concede immediately, because you think, like, if you're gonna call Destiny, you're here for a fight, right? Like, this is about a fight. And he's like, yeah, I destroyed my ex-girlfriend.
And like a year after, and like
Dude, Tina's in chat. He destroyed it, and now I'm evil.
I think that just like caused me to just like totally just slip. It just, yeah.
Okay. What do you?
And he said he slipped after the Tina stuff, but he was gone way before that. That's what contributed to the Tina stuff, right?
I have no idea where this conversation is supposed to go or anything. So
Yeah, dude, he's like, Destiny's completely lost as to what's even happening right
I don't
now.
know what anything in particular. I guess you wanted to chat about that, or did you wanted to? I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for.
Well, I specifically am bringing this to you because of the way that you reacted to the video, which was like,
Oh, because you're the one guy who didn't think the video was fucking terrible, so I'm calling you instead. Oh no. I was at least thinking maybe it's like, well, I watched how he covered George Not Found. I thought that might be pretty helpful. You modded it. Well, yeah, because I want to make sure people could see.
instantaneously taking my side on things, and like I'm realizing that like I'm 100% in the wrong, and like I just thought it was important to like voice at least that, and because like
Dude, this is literally just him being like, hey, I just want to ball in Destiny because like we suck, right? Are we awful people? Would you like to self-flagellate with me? I was watching how iDubbbz was doing, and apparently he was able to get a couple of viewers back doing this.
it's
Before you go too far down that road, so when I listen to it, there are things that I feel like I hear that are things that I've.
Wait, is Destiny gonna try to rile him up again? Bro, that would be the most funny shit ever. To get a guy who's come on and conceded the entire argument to try to get him to walk it back.
Done, or-
Oh no, please no.
So when I listen to it, there are things that I feel like I hear that are things that I've either done or.
You have to work for this one.
Thank you for the $5, my man.
Before you go too far. Yeah, before you go too far to take any accountability, let's walk this one back just a little bit, shall we?
Done in the past that I kind of like feel like I understand. So obviously, when it comes to like public commentary on people's private relationships, or even in friend groups, like people are very big on ascribing like responsibility or blame. I don't like the phrase like 100% wrong or 50% right or wrong, because I feel like in relationships, like, sometimes there are things that are like clearly bad, right? Like you shouldn't stream with partners, shouldn't hit partners, like it's just like never okay. But relationships
Wait, this is actually what's happening right now. Listen, dude, you're kind of beating yourself up a bit too much for this one. We need to make a good segment here.
usually collaborative, right? Like both people kind of like build into things. And I feel like
And also, I don't think he's inherently wrong. I think it's very rare for there to be 100% accountability or whatever on anything. But 99% is still pretty bad.
people try to get into the world of like, was this person 60% wrong or 80% wrong or 100% wrong? They'll get kind of strange. Not to say that you know you should never
I mean, he's definitely on the higher end of the spectrum based off of everything that Brad himself has said and the story that's been like co-opted.
take responsibility or anything, but sure. But like I understand what you're saying here in terms of like, you know, obviously you're not part of these moments. You feel like you're in the wrong for these moments. Like I mean, that's fair, sure.
well, no, I like know what happened now, and the reality is like I just like
Did Brad go on here thinking like no matter what happens, I'm not going to look as bad?
what happened now, and the reality is like I just like threw everything in the trash, you know. But like also at the same time, I couldn't figure it out until I did that because you know, like I was so focused on my image, you know.
Sure.
So
Again, like when did his focus on his image end? I argue that this is also a play for that. He's just not very intelligent or talented.
What do you mean when you say like you mentioned it's like throwing everything in the trash? Like what are you referring to?
I
here?
mean, I just kept digging. I just was like, you know,
Tina said Brad actually did thank me for releasing the audio. And it's funny because like he called it blackmail. And then after it came out, he was like, oh, thank you so much. I needed this to happen. It's like, I think he'd be pretty satisfied if it didn't, you know? If it turned out that Tina had destroyed the audio, how do you think that this situation would be different right now? Do you think Brad would still be taking accountability if for some reason every copy of the audio was destroyed? No chance.
I posted the first video and it was terrible. And then like I just kept going and just like going by.
Yeah, he did actually thank me. He said it's what he needed. I think that's part of the game. It's like, oh, okay, if I tell her that this was good, maybe she'll stop. Is how I perceive that personally. But I
What's the
don't
name
know
of
for
the
sure.
guy? Keemstar Order, Nick Oreo.
The issue is like it's
Mr.
really
Oreo.
hard to diagnose Brad with anything because he is just so inconsistent. His consistency is how inconsistent he is at every facet of the situation. The one thing that you could assume that Brad Taste in Music will do is contradict his previous statement.
Instinct with all this stuff, and you know, all I ended up doing is basically she was already in a bad spot, and I just was like adding a ton of pressure to her, and
And I don't know what kind of bad spot Tina was in. I guess you could say, or maybe if you were, you weren't. It sounds like Tina just got blindsided on like on a random Tuesday, you know? I don't know. Maybe there is other things going on. Actually, I think there was stuff listed, by the way, in the GoFundMe that I'm not remembering at the exact moment in time. But either way, it's like from the perspective of this situation, from the perspective of you, Tina was probably like, oh, thank God, all this Brad shit is kind of behind me now. And then she just woke up one day, it was just all over YouTube. Usually when these things happen and a creator's career is in jeopardy over their conduct with an ex-partner, typically it doesn't come from the YouTuber who just voluntarily gives that information away. This is like extremely rare. This is like a shiny Pokemon.
yeah, it sucks. And I like what you're saying,
Oh yeah, I still am. I'm facing eviction right now because of my roommate. Yeah, so Tina did have other stuff going on.
you know, specifically about like not playing the blame game, you know, not playing the percentages game, because I feel like that's exactly what I was doing, like believing that like, oh, I did this, but she did that, but she did it.
People are asking, what is Brad looking at right now on the screen? I think he's looking towards the devil and the, whatever he perceives the devil and an angel to be. Kind of looking to them. They're holding like adjacent cue cards and he's picking which side to go for.
Not playing the blame game, you know, not playing the percentages game, because I feel like that's exactly what I was doing, like believing that like, oh, I did this, but she did that, but she did this, and I did that, and it just like, I think made just everything so much worse, because it's like, why am I always thinking about this? Why am I always thinking about her when, you know, with what happened? So
Sure. Yeah. Do you like have like a therapist or anybody you talk about relationship related stuff or public related stuff?
yeah, like I'm figuring that stuff out. It's like
What do you mean you're figuring that stuff out? He didn't even do enough homework to like lie about being in therapy or so. I don't know, whatever.
for some reason,
I feel like you have to have that answer ready when you get on the show, all right?
Do
Like,
you like have like a therapist or anybody you talk about relationship related stuff or public related stuff?
yeah, like I'm figuring that stuff out. It's like
no, bro. You know, dude. Well, you could just lie. You literally don't even have to tell the truth.
for some reason, I just felt like I need to come on here and like just like talk about it, but like this is it. You know?
Okay, sure. I like that because it's good to have like a person that like knows everything that's going on. You can kind of like talk to somewhat regularly. That has accounting of everything. Like it's just nice to have that person to go to. And then there's a lot of unique stuff. I mean, life is already kind of unique, right? Like therapy is good for ordinary people, but then when you add the public dimensionality to it, things become a lot weirder and more complicated to deal with. So it's good to have somebody who has like a full accounting.
I'm shocked that he doesn't. I thought he was already in therapy. Is that not like a thing people do when they get back from rehab to like kind of maintain that positive? I don't know.
That you can be like really honest with. I can give you feedback and everything too.
Yeah, I get that.
Why is Pitbull next to Brad to give him inspiration?
I definitely think that I like lost track of details, and I will say that like the people around me were kind of trying to just like cheer me up because I was in like a horrible spot. So a lot of times they would, you know, tell me things that weren't true, and I'm like,
Unless you couldn't afford therapy sessions. Ooh, Nick just thought it thickens.
Finally, we see the D of VHD come into the fray.
Yeah,
Even though
dude.
the E and H are not present.
It's funny that he is the D of VHD and his D keeps getting into more trouble.
spot. So a lot of times they would, you know, tell me things that weren't true when I'm at like my lowest to like calm me down, and I think that also like really contributed to just like
That's probably the case. Yeah, people do gas you up.
constantly feeling like I don't know what's actually going on, you know. And I felt like when I was with this person, they were trying to like help me through that, but I was constantly believing that they were trying to change me. And yeah, it got ugly because I'm telling you, it just got ugly. It got horrible, and I really have no fucking excuse for it. And I finally understand that, like, you know, I'm not being punished. Like, what's happening is not punishment for what's, you know, what I've done. It's like
He's just saying things. That's what's now it's starting to get a little boring because at this point, Destiny wants him to fight. He's not fighting. He's just conceding. It just feels like I'm watching him talk about like the Ethan Klein picture all over again. He just keeps locking in. Oh, all right, guys, let's try this combination of saying I'm sorry. Let me read the chat. Yeah, they don't seem to have liked that one. Let me try to figure out. All right, let me say these words in this order. Maybe that'll be the one that does it.
basically, everything is balanced. Everything's happening for a reason, and I like finally get it. That like
Well, I mean, I would be
he's running out of different ways to word it right now. Yeah, dude, you gotta get him on a talk with the fucking Healthy Gamer GG. What the hell's his name again?
careful about
Dr. K.
saying that. I think that having your personal stuff drug out publicly and having a bunch of people like attacking you for the worst versions of yourself, I don't think it's necessarily fair penance.
Okay, dude. Okay, can you stop talking about you? Like, all right, I get it, dude. I get it. You feel like you've been wronged. We all get it. But that's not what happened to Brad. Brad showed up, volunteered this information.
Name of the guy from Keemstar
Stop
Order,
self-inserting.
Mr. Oreo.
That's not what happened.
Like attacking you for the worst.
Yeah, literally, it's like his button. Dude, he's like trying to. He thinks that the solution is guessing the secret code for fucking Mortal Kombat.
Drug out publicly and having a bunch of people like attacking you for the worst versions of yourself. I don't think it's necessarily fair penance as a public figure.
yeah, but
I also do think that probably is. That's probably the most fair penance. I don't know, dude. Yeah, like holding yourself, being held accountable for stuff you've said and did is kind of like the thing. It's kind of like that's the sword, I guess. I don't know.
I think as somebody who like actually does suffer from like struggling with reality, it might not be the worst thing
I'm formally diagnosed with that.
in the world to have like basically a a reminder of like what actually happened, and people are not gonna let me slip again.
True, but I mean,
Bro, people aren't gonna let you do anything again. He keeps thinking there's a tomorrow. There is no tomorrow for the Brad Tasty Music YouTube channel. It is just simply not happening. So that's another like a telltale sign of why he's here, what he thinks he's accomplishing.
Nick just started insulting me.
Destiny, stop. Self-inserting is what got you into this mess in the first place.
one thing I would say is like when people have issues with trying to sort through toxic situations in their life, like one of the things I think that's recommended that's good is you kind of like you write down a list of people that are close to you, that you love and that you love you, and that you like trust their feedback on things. Because you have to be careful when you're soliciting feedback or getting feedback from people on the internet. One, they don't know you that well, and two, the most important is they don't have your best interests at heart, right? So if you have close friends, hopefully, and you said they were kind of downplaying stuff.
And it's like when Brad was in this situation, based off of his testimony, based off of Tina's testimony, it sounds like Tina would tell him X, Y, Z, and he'd be like, I don't know why my fucking girlfriend is telling me X, Y, and Z. And he would go into like his Discord or talk to his fucking internet friends or call up Rose Malay, and Rose would be like, no, King, get back out there. You're just one fucking video away, dude. No, all you gotta do is just you gotta do this and the other thing, dude. You're fine. And it sounds like that's kind of what's happening here.
Like
he was deferring to who, but like he's still doing it. Destiny's lecturing him on just going to the only person who'd be willing to agree with him. And the only reason Brad is here, as he self-admitted, is he's picking the one guy who looked at this in a positive light or a neutral to positive light that he felt like he could actually talk to on a live stream format. Like, that's why he's here. So he's still actively just looking for confirmation bias to agree with him.
They weren't holding you accountable enough. Ideally, the reason why they were doing it is because they felt you were in a place that if they were to try to like come down on you, like it would push you into suicidal place or something along those lines. So they have like your best interests at heart and they know you the best, right? So they're hopefully saying the things that are responsive to your personality the most. When you go online, people don't know you that well. They have caricatures of you in their mind. And they're not saying things for the best of you. They're not trying to make you the best version of yourself, giving you feedback to help you get better. They're trying to tear you down. So I think there's value in being able to sift through all the online feedback to kind of look at like, okay, well, how do people perceive me? Maybe there's something off here. But don't ever like get lost in the world of living in the criticisms of people online who don't give a fuck about you and who just assume see you off yourself because they don't actually care about your life.
It just feels like it's like Destiny's therapy session. Call him a crazy person to tell everybody how he feels about himself. It's like, this is bizarre.
Very, very careful with that.
Yeah, I mean, I really just completely agree. That's exactly right. I mean, this whole situation forced me just like I haven't.
Also, it is very funny that Destiny is having this conversation right now, and in the background, I'm just realizing it's just guns. It's just a lot of guns. I just didn't click with me until right now. There's just a lot of guns on the wall behind him.
The comments.
What's the name of the
This
guy?
guy got like a fucking armory in public view.
Like Twitter, I haven't done any of that shit in weeks, you know? The only feedback that I've really received is from people who are close to me, and I think that's like why I was able to navigate this and at least like get to a point where I finally feel comfortable, where like I'm okay with what happened and I can just like move on and do better.
Sure. Yeah. Having real life friends and people disconnected from I think internet stuff is also very helpful because there's a lot of weird pressure online. Like I don't know your background. Do you say how old you are?
I'll say like mid-20s.
Okay. So I'm 36. It's so different because the internet has changed so much in life. But like growing up, like sometimes you can have friends that give you feedback on things. Like even if you fuck up, like people fuck up, they do, they make mistakes. But it's nice to have friends that can give you feedback, and their feedback also isn't being graded by every single other person in the world. And
right now, here is Destiny talking about William. You can like transparently tell exactly where he's pulling this information from as well. And this isn't necessarily even bad advice either. You should have friends offline. Maybe not specifically as feedback mules. Maybe it would just be positive to not be like a hyper online schizophrenic freak all the time. But I mean, generally, this is good advice. Yeah.
all of your friends are very online. And when I say online, I don't mean like they use the internet. I mean they're like other streamers or YouTubers. Yeah, they're not just giving you advice. They're giving you advice in front of the crowd, and like they're getting pressured into too by a bunch of people who don't have your or their best interests at heart, and they're just trying to get content or trying to farm it or whatever. So having people that are really disconnected from that environment, working with a therapist, can be really helpful sometimes too.
I'm actually really surprised, like how much wisdom you seem to have like picked up.
He said like 3 things. Wow, you are so smart. Look at you. You've got it all figured out, don't you, Mr. Destiny?
You know, like with doing YouTube. I mean, yeah, you're like older than me, but you know, I'm really just discovering right now, like still like what it is that I'm doing. You know,
sure.
And it feels hard to like do that, and then also like have to be someone that people look up to online, and it's a lot of pressure and it's tiring. And it ended up with me like kind of living I wanted to be like a mental health advocate for people.
Oh no, he's Boblax. Oh dear. Oh god, no. No. Dude, this is like when Boblax started the Truly Autistic YouTube channel and wanted to be like a mental health advocate. Dude, why is every crazy person trying to become a mental health advocate on YouTube? Like somebody needs to stop these people. You guys are not the ones to help people with any mental things.
And was like still just constantly struggling with my own stuff and putting stuff online that wasn't helpful. You know, that wasn't helpful to anyone. Like, And this was just like another case of where I like really just needed to keep it quiet, but I felt confident, like, you know, that like this was the right thing to do, you know, to say.
Like any addicts in the chat right now, you obviously don't have to out yourselves. Do you want this guy as your advocate? Anybody here who's struggling with mental health problems, anxiety? Do you want Brad to be your fucking lawfully wedded fucking advocate?
Everything, to just put it out there, and you know, people will accept me. And what ended up happening is, you know, it's like the exact opposite, but also at the same time, I made the discovery that I never really needed to accept me in the first place, and that is kind of the trap of this whole online sphere, is that like you don't want people to dislike you. And
where is the fucking dude? All right, obviously Brad doesn't have an alcohol problem, but if Brad was running like a fucking like one of those meetings things, one of those alcohol anonymous meetings, as like an advocate, it would literally be like this, only for like prescription medication and weed.
Oh no, there's a policeman coming.
All right, everybody, you know what to do. Alcoholics, transform.
Like that would be, they would just be sitting around doing absolutely self-deprecative shit, and then all of a sudden, oh guys, sorry, hold on, the watchful eye of the online space has peered into our window.
I will say that, like, I'm actually...
Yeah, he's like the schizophrenic version of Mr. Booze.
Glad that I get to experience, like, what it feels like to have this many people dislike me, because I actually can just turn off the phone and it goes away.
Dude, are we expected to believe after like 7 subsequent... Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Did you watch me say that on stream and think that sounded good?
And then there's a balance, because if like if a ton of people are disliking you for a reason, there's probably some good reason or some criticism to be found, even if they can't say it well. But you have to figure out like the balance of, you know, how much do you try to appeal to people versus how much do you accept that some people just won't like you. But, you know, because to some extent there might be some behaviors that are just so bad or toxic, like, well, I should just change this because nobody likes this. And then there are other behaviors where it's like, I understand if I conduct myself this way, some people are gonna like me, but that's okay. And I mean, that's just like a learning thing. You figure that out as you get older, and you solicit feedback and you figure out what you're comfortable doing.
Does he see this as like, hey, obviously Destiny had some bad interactions with his ex-wife. Does he see Brad as like little Steven Jr.? Is that what's happening right now?
What keeps the people closest to you around you, you know?
Oh no, because if he did, he wouldn't be talking to me. Never mind. I apologize.
Yeah, I like that. And I mean, like, if all of this didn't happen, like, I now, like, I'm spending most of my days, I wake up, I go to my DJ board, and I'm just making stuff for, like, hours, and I'm, like, constantly calling friends and playing stuff for them. And, like, you know, this is stuff that I felt like those friends who I've made through this experience are people who I just saw, oh, these are, like, people online. That's where, like...
And why did you take it so badly when all your friends in Detroit... I can do Detroit being a character gets me every time, bro. Why are you so mad that they're treating you like Nick is not green, dude? Like, your name is poisonous.
My job is. That's where the money is. I don't really have time to even, like, try to build a relationship and trust these people. And I think that it just, like, caused me to just think that everybody was trying to get something out of me.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just, like, it's not good. It's just...
I think that Brad should do a stream by himself with TTS enabled and just kind of take it for like an entire night and just let it rip, dude. I think that's his next move, you know? I think that's the best way to go about it, dude. Just put a TTS stream on and just let it rip.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just I believe that, like, for someone like me who has, like, suffered, like, with just, like, a lot of, like, stuff mentally.
He can't even listen. It's like, dude, as a victim of things, all right? Guys, listen, as a victim of stuff.
It's hard to have a platform and be responsible with it.
Then don't. Get a job.
When I think that, like, I'm doing something that's noble.
No, Nick, you're wrong. This guy has to go on Caleb Hammer. Dude, thank you. Holy fuck, we have stopped recommending it. We need Brad Taste in Music to start his rehabilitation arc on Caleb Hammer. He needs to be the first one forced against his will to go and do it. Yes, full financial audit.
And when in reality, I'm just, like, truly making a fool of myself.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you said you're in your mid-20s. Like, I imagine if you think of yourself, like, when you're 18, 19, ideally, you're probably...
Who just wrote in Lisa's next husband? Thank you, Wormy. Thank you, Wormy.
Cringe as fuck. And when you get to 30, you're gonna look back in your
Oh, no,
mid-20s.
hold on a second. Oh, okay, listen, honestly, amazing. Right, I wrote a song called Jesus.
Sure.
Right,
But personality-wise, and...
Dude, why is it, dude? He's a little too happy, and it's making me worried. I don't know. Maybe I'm net decking this a little too much. He's a little too happy here.
Talking girls and do whatever else, right? Yeah. When you hit 30, you're gonna think you're cringe as fuck at 25. When you get to 35, you'll think
I literally gave this exact speech a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm starting to see why people say what they do. But yeah, he's 100% right here. Your entire like, life as you move forward is moving you into different brackets where you start to realize everything you did previously was cringe, but you're not self-aware enough to know that 10 years from now, everything you're doing right now is cringe. Like when I'm 40, I'm gonna look back at this and go, all right, this is a little ridiculous, Nick. This is a little much, right? What you were doing when you were fucking 28 years old was pretty cringy, dude. But like ultimately, when I was 18, I thought I was doing everything right. Now I look back at 18-year-old Nick, I'm like, that guy sucked.
cringe as fuck. Like, it's just like part of it happens. The only difference is on the internet for everybody to fucking see and evaluate in ways that most people don't have. Do you? I feel like it'd be good, like, in dealing with this. Like, if you thought of making like a comprehensive, like once you've processed it all, like making a comprehensive statement and like, here's my video, here's my statement on this. Like, I'm moving on. You don't think so?
You don't need a comprehensive statement. He's released like 3 that he thought were comprehensive, and they were OBS recordings. Okay, all right, dude. All right.
I don't need it. Okay. No, I know so. Like, I know because the only thing that matters is that.
But like, he is right here because nobody is going to care, even if he released one, right? But let's see if he's right for the right reasons or if he's delusional.
Like, I know because the only thing that matters is that my ex now is like the situation ended up really good for her.
What? Bro, that's not the answer.
Like, so good for her that like if I finally felt like you know, through the destruction of my image and my channel, she got like compensation for the pain that she felt, you know? And
but I don't want every single person that we cover for us to end this like, hey guys, do you think this guy has a humiliation fetish? Do you think this? I'm starting to look past that one because it's becoming like such a common trait. Well, we watch Jar, we watch Ian, and dude, we talk about humiliation fetishes a lot, all right, on these streams. But I think there is like a special thing to be said about a guy who outs his own domestic violence arrest that most people just didn't find out about, and then goes, well, all's well that ended well. I mean, it had to happen. It's like, no, it didn't. There were pretty easy things that you could have done to prevent this information from being like super widespread in public. The only like he's trying to rationalize it post hoc because he is literally at fault for this. She was not releasing this audio.
And I can, you know, find a job or even just like someday rebuild it, you know, but like.
And he's still locking in that we're gonna rebuild this YouTube thing. That's sad.
As of right now, like things are balanced. And that's why I say that.
I almost don't want him to become self-aware enough to know that he's done.
Insulting me viciously on Twitter.
I think that's where things get really, when Brad realizes it's actually over is when things stop getting funny for me, probably.
It's because like they finally reached a point where she's gotten financial support in a horrific situation, and like I can finally just be like happy for her and just like, you know, say people are gonna hate me no matter what.
Well, you're happy for her that she got financial support? You were like crying that you had to pay her a living wage when you allegedly asked her to quit her job. Okay.
For this stuff, and I just care that like the circle of people who actually understand.
He's too far gone to become self-aware. Again, I'm not trying to start talking like fucking like morbidly, but like people eventually do come down. If you're on like a super high, you will eventually reach the low, and then at the low is usually the point of realization, and that's when things become less funny and really shitty.
The situation who are like a part of it, like if they get it, then I'll be just fine.
Sure. I mean, but you probably want to also you need to take care of yourself like as well, right? Not saying you have to like tear other people.
What do you mean by that? Like in what way? You mean like
Dude, Destiny is just hoping for crumbs right now, hoping that he gets, because he really hasn't been able to talk about Tina at all, which I think is why this conversation was. I mean, it's why if I'm him in this position, that's like why I'm having it, right? It's just like take a dig there over the take that like the publicly panned take that he gave.
The statement taking care of myself?
No, well, so before statement, so like in my opinion, we go through like tumultuous events in life sometimes, especially I'm not trying to be content, like you're growing and learning. Like there's just like the first time you have like a huge public fallout, the first time you have like as a content creator, like a huge wave of hate or other people attacking you.
Banished Slayer. Earn more kills than your opponents to win. Kebab them all, Spartan.
Target spotted.
No scope. Ballista.
Tango's closing in. Quantum translocator inbound. Stay mobile. Translocator available. Enemy Spartans are closing in. Aim true, Spartan. Another one put down. Needler inbound. Down there. Translocator available. One down. This will be nice.
In my sights.
Needler inbound. Needler available. Aim true, Spark. items inbound. Power items on the field. Needler inbound. Needler available. What a brilliant little skewer. Not today, friend. I'll think twice next time. Needler inbound. Power items incoming. Needler available. Power items on the field. Eyes up. Enemies below us. Kebab them all, Spartan. Needler inbound. Good shooting, Spartan. Needler available.